Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So this is the new Sony ZV-1, Sony's flagship point-and-shoot camera of 2020. And this has been a really big breath of relief, mostly thanks to its very intuitive features and also like a lot of decisions that Sony had to make with this camera right here. So this small point-and-shoot camera is a dream of a lot of video creators and vloggers, mostly because of a thankfully finally a nice side-facing flip-out screen, easy background defocus, fast autofocus, as well as a product showcase mode, decent low-light performance, and a really incredible microphone for this kind of like camera, and finally a record button that is actually placed in the right place, because this is like a vlogger's dream, a vlogging person's literal dream, because this is jam-packed with a lot of video creating features. So starting off with this lens right here. So as in Sony cameras, this also has a Zeiss lens. This is a 24 to 70 millimeter, which is actually equal to around like 35 millimeter. And if you'd say like this is wide, not exactly, but this isn't too cramped either. So it's kind of like in between like wide field of view, but it's not cramped either. So this is kind of like in the middle ground. So I'd give the lens a really decent or like an okay field of view, because like this isn't really that cramped. But something that's incredible is that this uses Exmor CS sensor, which is actually a really good sensor, and the megapixel count is 20.1. So this is just like any other point and shoot, but the thing is that the quality of the lens is just better. This is obviously a 1-inch sensor, so it captures a lot of things and takes a lot of things into the details, and I don't even need to like give out the samples, or I might have already given out the samples. But the thing is that you're actually watching this video right now on this camera right here. So you can already see everything from like the depth and like the field of view, the colors and like the brightness and all of that. So there you have it. And this is already better than my 16 megapixel sensor from my Galaxy S10e, and that is like a really small sensor, which means that the low light performance is so this is actually the low light performance of this, and honestly, oh my god, okay, so it makes a big difference when you like turn this around, but I think it's holding up pretty alright. The low light performance is decent and incredible. And there goes another bike. Why does it have to be so loud today? I don't even know if you guys can hear me. This speaker on this camera is so bad I can't even put the playback again. And now we're back to the sunny sides. Should be fine. Not exactly great, but I'd not say it's bad either. So the low light performance is a mixed bag over here, as you can see from my tests. But like the best part about this camera is like, the really best part about this camera is, look at that autofocus. Like that autofocus is everywhere. Sharp, on point. That is insane. Everywhere, the autofocus is just so incredible. You can come out and come into the frame so easily without having the camera to search for you. It actually like quickly represents if any humans or even animals for that case actually come into the scene. So that's really incredible. But because this is such a vlogger-centric camera, all of those modes that I told, I can't just talk specs for that. So we jump into the action. Honestly, vlogging is so weird after over a year, and I don't even know if you guys can actually hear me. I still have the wind like the dead cat filter over like the mic. So let's actually see if you guys can hear me in all of this, because I'm currently on the main road over here. And like when I'm talking to this, I really hope that I can remove my mask for a second. It's just too suffocating, and it just feels so odd doing this. I think it was the same year, just in August, when I did that outdoor vlog video, and you guys know how big of a disaster that was as well. Let's hope that this video isn't a big disaster like that. So this right here is active steady shot. I'm gonna be trying to actually like rumble this thing as much as I can. Like, I'm shaking this so badly right now. I don't think you guys can see. I didn't bring a secondary camera, as if I had one. But like, let's actually try running with this. Oh my god, I'm actually running right now. Okay. Now this, as you can see, this is standard. And I can already see on the viewfinder that it's already picking up some movements while I'm walking. I'm still breathless from the running. So this is actually picking so much from what I was running. And look at that, like it's already like shaking so badly, but I can't complain. It's pretty alright. So now this is steady shot off, and like I can already see how this is actually tracking. This has the eye tracking as well. Pretty good. And also, like, if you can see, it actually like adjusts. This is on like auto mode. I haven't put up any settings except for the steady shot is turned off, but I can already see like this is actually doing a great job already, mostly because like it's tracking my eyes, and at the same time like it's actually recognizing, like for example, like the autofocus, and then it's recognizing the portrait, and then when I get a little bit close up, yeah, it's showing macro. The battery life ain't great on this one, but when I bought this, I actually got 2 batteries for free, as well as a dual charger, so that's fine I guess. But like the NP, what's the name of the battery again? So that battery right here is really small. It's around like 1200 milliamp hours. It's, I guess it's a fine for a camera like this, but it only gets around like 1 or 1.5 hours of continuous recording. But the good part about this is that it doesn't have a max time for finishing recording, so there's that as well. Background defocus. This is like the background bokeh. No background bokeh. Looks pretty cool. And also, like last but not least, like the flip out screen on this is a really big deal. The HX99, which I actually wanted to originally buy, I also had a flip out screen, but it was on the top, and this thing has a microphone on the top, so it's actually like blocking the viewfinder, while at the same time like it's having like a hard time actually. But do you want to know, I really like this camera. This is like the awesome camera. It has all of those like vlogger Easter eggs, except for the fact that this actually goes on micro USB for some reason. Just hate that. But that was actually fixed. But this is actually the 2020 version of the ZV-1, the 2020 cousin of this camera right here, and it's actually called the ZV-10. And that camera just blew my mind so much. Like, I just saw the reviews the other day. The ZV-10 was awesome as hell. Like it actually fixes every problem that I have with this, and actually like keeps the normal, like the really good part. Like for example, like the mic over here, it keeps the mics, but at the same time like no micro USB. It switches to USB-C, and you can actually like switch lenses, because this lens isn't the widest I guess, but it isn't cramped either. Like I do get a nice field of view if I actually like move it upwards, but depends. Also, on a side note, that I actually didn't buy the Bluetooth version, which was the newest version of this vlogging grip, but I bought the wired version mostly because like the battery life is so questionable. I just thought like the Bluetooth would actually suck all of the battery, so I just got the wired version, and it's actually with limited functionality. Like for example, it just has a movie, a zoom in, zoom out, and then a photo, and that's literally it. But it also does the same things like the Bluetooth one does. Like for example, it also doubles as, and now you can't see me nice, it also doubles as a tripod. I don't know why you're seeing this. but I just wanted to show you guys that it also doubles as a tripod, and it's like super comfy and really small. But like overall, this is a really solid camera. I really like this camera. I'm really grateful for having this camera, and I'm gonna keep it for more than 5 years, I guess. This camera is so awesome with all of those Easter egg features for a vlogger as well as like a proper influencer. So when I want to show a product on thing, bam, like the autofocus is just so great. Even though I did forget to toggle back the steady shot on, this was actually a great opportunity to test a lot of things, especially the microphone with the windscreen, because there was a lot of noise over there, and I don't even know if you guys actually heard me because I haven't reviewed the footage yet. But there are a lot of caveats as well. First of all, the background defocus actually quickly adjusts back to normal, whatever, like it's not just because you toggle it, but it just toggles back normal because you just stop recording. So there's that. And secondly, it's micro USB, even in 2020. Sad. And another thing is that because you can't really change this lens, this is a really fixed lens. If you want to get like a specialized shot, you can't really like have the versatility of changing the lens to change depending upon your output. So there's that as well. And the flip out screen doesn't really get right enough, and there's that as well. And oftentimes I've actually had this stop recording midway for no reason. Even when I'm taking this video right here, that has already happened. I don't know if that is actually a toggle in the settings, but it happens oftentimes, and it's actually in an irregular place. Like for example, sometimes it happens at 15 minutes or it happens at 18 minutes or something like that. So, and another reason is that I don't think the Sony ZV-1 is still worth $800 today, mostly because of its cousin, the Sony ZV-E10. So that fixes every problem that this camera had, and the price is cheaper. So it starts around $700 or $600. I don't really know that. So while this thing started at $800 and had some kind of like limited functionality, that thing is just incredible. So I'm sure that you've watched this video right now, and I think you might have made up your mind if you want to buy this. I'm not going to be making my mind anymore because I already bought this, and it's a really great camera. I really enjoyed using this, and this is the camera that I'll be using for my future videos. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, this is yours truly, Shreyas Kalyan.